Vision for Pearl Street was sort of first motivated by a very selfish kind of desire of mine and of Asian Arts Initiative, because just like looking out our back window. From the time that we moved in to this building, have felt that, you know, there should be something just more creative and more inspiring.
There's some real challenges about the function of an alley. Alleys are generally places that function almost like the backyard. You know, you generally put your trash in the backyard and then you pull it out to the curb. It kind of hides a bit of the stuff that people generally don't want to see. You turn the back kind of into a front, or, you know, a more public kind of space. Then you squeeze out that other stuff, and the question is, where does that stuff happen? You know, where does where's the trash go? Where do the people that sleep back there go?
That's just me, because I like to lift weights. I like dogs, to see people walk dogs, especially in this street. You need a little art, something out there, lights, plenty of lights. There's something right there in the corner there of somebody playing ball, birds flying around.
It's a ball. I knew it was a ball, Stanley. I was like, oh, you drew
What's his? Oh, that's a bench. Okay, okay.
The mapping exercise was inspired by your framework, Rick, about ways to think about Pearl Street. Is it a problem or an opportunity? And what are the dynamics between Callow Hill, Chinatown, and Chinatown North? So to kind of get at those questions, it's useful to think about the neighborhood and its use, like how people use the neighborhood and what individual people's perceptions are of the neighborhood. Because maps are really just projections of how we see the world.
Most of them deal with, like, you know, the physical space, you know, of what's in the space, right? But wait a minute, God, Stanley. But you know, notice Stanley's mainly deals with the activity of the space, which is hugely important, right? Because one of the biggest challenges that you have, particularly around Pearl Street, it is about, you know, the space and the quality of the space, but more importantly is the activity in the space, right? And I mean, because, you know, we've already talked about that, right? If we went through and we like cleared it out and made it like the High Line through there or whatever, but if the activity continued to be people kind of, you know, just kind of hanging out and being threatening, or, you know, doing drugs, dumping trash, and all that kind of stuff, then it doesn't matter, you know, the space. And so I just wanted to call that to everybody's attention, that, you know, kind of what I'm really going to be pushing people to start thinking about is, you know, what are the activities that happens that maybe make the space less valuable to the community, and what are the kind of activities that could happen in the space that could make it more valuable. Of just starting and doing something that builds relationships, which is, you know, the actual effort of just kind of giving some care to the street, just to start. And that may not be anything to do with where, you know, the project goes and what it ends up needing to be, but it at least facilitates an opportunity for us to start to build those relationships. And one of the things that I'm hoping to do, and hopefully hopefully all of you would want to take part in this and be engaged, is try to conceive of a process through which at least we can start to claim or show purpose to Pearl Street. I mean, if you go back to Pearl Street right now and you look and you see there's just like, nobody really owns Pearl Street in a way that respects it or honors it. And so we're going to try to set in place a process through which we just start to care for, maintain, and show a different kind of respect, and shift the kinds of activities that are happening there, show something positive. And once we start that, we'll see kind of what that leads to and how that rolls out, and through conversation, through working together, playing together, and then seeing if that leads to other things that can kind of shape a project that will have some value. Thank you.